Alright, see, that's annoying. It's like, I'd rather do that 4th floor any day, knowing exactly what's expected of me, and the guy answers the door. Why are you gonna say meet at the door if I'm gonna message you, I'm gonna knock 3 times, and you're not gonna answer? Like, that's just rude. So I just put asked to leave at door, and I took a picture of it and I sent it to them. I'm not here, it's hot. Okay, I'm not trying to sit out here for a bazillion years while you take your sweet time. Message me something, let me know, and I can be patient. But I'm not just gonna stand at your door for 10 minutes. Sorry, not sorry. 10 minutes away from the final customer, and then we'll continue our night. Okay, so right when I was pulling up to drop off that last Instacart order, I got a Uber Eats order for $14.55 for Mama B's to go 10 miles to a location I really want to be at. And then I got an add-on for $12.43 to go like an additional 8 miles or something like that. So we're going to be busy here for at least the next hour, bringing these other 2 and making another 27 bucks. As a matter of fact, let me see what I ended up making from that Instacart order, because there was a substitution for clam juice, a different brand than they had originally wanted. So let's see. All right, yeah, I made $28.92 for that order. Let's see what the tips looked like. Huh. So the first one, he always tips good. Like I said, the 4th floor guy, $13.59. The second one I dropped off, which was the apartment where she didn't answer the door, tipped nothing, because, you know, that's just how some people are. And this last one that I dropped off tipped me $5.95. So it is what it is. They ended up paying, you know, like I said, I made almost 30 bucks for that, and I wanted to be done by 8, and I was done by 8, and now in the next hour I'm going to make another good amount of money. So I'm not going to complain. You know, this is great. Okay, so I don't think I mentioned that the add-on was for Token Ramen. So they had me go pick that up first, which is fine because it was ready, so that's cool. Plus, usually Mama B's, it's a pizza place, they usually take a little bit longer. And what I love about having to pick up boba is that they seal the cup so it won't spill in my car, which is nice, because for whatever reason people just fill them too high, like drinks in general, and they end up seeping and it makes like my console all sticky. Anywho, about to be at Mama B's here in just a second, and if all things go well, hopefully that means that that one's ready too. Okay, so that worked out great too. They were pulling out the pizza right as I was pulling up, or well, I went in there, and then I got another stack, $6.23 to go an extra 1.8 miles to pick up at Firehouse Subs. So we're gonna do that too. We're about to make over $30 in probably about an hour. Okay, we now have all the goods, and it's just about getting it all dropped off. We are 9 minutes away from the first drop off. All right, that's delivered. Now we are 5 minutes away from dropping off the Firehouse Subs. Right, second one is done. That was a hand it to me order, and it looks like this last one, which I'm 11 minutes away from, it says to go to security. Oh shoot. And tell them it's for ICU. So I guess I'm going to a hospital. All right, so they were actually coming around the corner to come and get it as soon as I told the security guard it was for the ICU, like they told me. The guy came right across, or around the corner, and was like, "That's me." I was like, "Oh, that's great." So yeah, looks like I made $7.55 in base pay between all three of those deliveries. I just have to, because it's Uber Eats, I have to wait an hour for all the tips to come through. So I'll try to do that math here in a little bit to see if maybe I can get a couple more calls to get me home, because I am quite a bit distance from my house. Yeah, 18 miles, 30 minutes. So I don't know, maybe I'll be able to get lucky and get something while I'm on my way. Okay, I picked one up. I had already driven about 5 or 6 miles. Well, 7 miles, I guess. And now I'm making $9.19 to go another 9 miles. Half of those miles are just to get to the restaurant. It's called Garden Mediterranean Grill. And it's taking me closer to home. So at least it's another $9 while I'm driving where I have to drive anyway. Just got a stack. I was hoping I would. Another $9.05 to go an extra 4 miles.
Thanks for calling Uber support. Please note, this call will be recorded for quality and training purposes. It looks like you have a question about your current live order.
Hi, yes. I just got to a restaurant to pick up an order, but they're closed.
Okay. And just to make sure also all the lights are off, the doors are locked, and nobody is inside the merchant, correct?
There was somebody who shook his head at me from the kitchen and the doors are locked, and then when I look at the hours, it says they closed at 9 o'clock.
We're just gonna go ahead and process the cancellation in our system,
Okay.
so that we can also continue on accepting other deliveries for tonight, okay?
Okay.
We're just gonna make sure to have everything in record so that our team will gonna be aware about the situation, okay?
I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I have another delivery to do that I had already. So I put that into, oh, okay, good. It went, okay, now it's directing me to the other restaurant. So
Okay. So is there anything else that I can further assist?
do I get any sort of partial pay or anything like that for this, or no?
Yeah, when it comes to the compensation, Jessica, based on the current policy, we are actually unable to process any compensation for the trips that needs to be canceled.
Okay, even though it was closed, not my fault.
Yes, Jessica. I understand also that this is not the kind of, resolution that you want to hear from us, but we don't really have this option to process any compensation.
So I'm pretty sure you were able to hear some of that conversation. Unable to compensate me after sending me to some place that's closed. That's just unacceptable. With DoorDash, if that were to happen, I would get half pay every time. And no, I'm not taking that. So now I'll pick this up and deliver it and then head home. I'm already later than I wanted to be, and I just wasted 10 minutes of my time. But I didn't want it to ding against me as a cancellation because I'm not technically canceling it. They have to cancel it because they're not open.
Calling Uber support. Please note, this call will be recorded for quality and training purposes. It looks like you have a question about your current live order.
Welcome to Uber Support. My name is Jen. How are you and how can I assist you today?
Hi, Jen. I actually just called because I was sent to Los Chapos and the restaurant was closed and it was a double order. I came to the second restaurant at Garden Mediterranean and they're also closed. Yeah, they didn't have any proper hours, but it was completely dark in there. There was nothing.
Okay. Here's what I can do to help you resolve this issue is to cancel this order and put the correct notion on your account, okay?
Alright. Okay, the last person I talked to said there was no way to have any sort of compensation for this, but now that was 2 restaurants in a row. Is there any way to get any sort of incentive pay for this, being that it was 2 in a row that I went to that were closed?
Okay. Okay, I hear you and understand. You barely should be compensated for your time and effort since this is a two-way road, or the order was already closed. But looking at the order information, this trip has no compensation because Uber payment structure does not cover the travel time or distance to the merchant, so we're unable to provide compensation for this delivery. And we appreciate your feedback regarding with this one, so we'll take it into consideration. So thank you for your understanding. But I'm so sorry, I don't have the resources to do compensation here in my end.
Unbelievable. 2 in a row and nothing. There's nothing she can do. Whatever. I'm so over the night. So I'm gonna go home and watch Stranger Things with my husband now that I completely wasted 20 minutes of my time going to 2 different places and it being closed. So I don't know how many miles I drove today, and I just don't feel like doing the math right now. I'm sure you understand, but I did end up making 114 for the day in, I mean, what I would consider 5 hours, because I was done half an hour ago. Yeah. So I hope you all had a great night. I did up until now, and I'm sure it will get better. So thanks for joining me. Please think about subscribing and giving me at least a thumbs up for this video if you made it this far. I'd really appreciate it. And if you feel so inclined, maybe share my video with someone you know. Maybe you think they might like it. That could help me as well. Thanks again. Bye-bye.